welcome to the desk of Fusta 2005. Today we're finally getting around to doing a review of my Bose QC 45s, and this video is also fairly significant because this is the first time I am using my new GoPro Hero 11 Black. Please comment in the comments below if you see a significant difference in quality over even my last video where I was using my Sony HD camera from 2014. So you should be, I'll obviously be playing around with the settings as time goes along to get the best setup, but you should be seeing and hearing a significant difference in quality. So let's get started though. Obviously these are the Bose QC 45s. There isn't a lot of difference between them, just kind of a review, a lot of difference between the 45s and the 35s. I have my set of QC 35s here, and we'll kind of go over a brief review. Build quality is roughly the same. There's some slight differences. Obviously this is more of a soft touch, a more absorbent headband. This one is a more leatherette material that's more water resistant. You don't get your sweat stains if you use them for working out. The microphones on both of them for the outside are different. So we're looking at bigger ports here versus small. There's actually one and then a smaller one on the other side. The buttons are roughly the same, so we'll get these flattened out again. Buttons are the same, got the power button on the same side. The Bose on the QC 35s are more tactile versus just print on the QC 35s. The interior is roughly the same. So there, it still tells you what side you're supposed to go on. It's got a soft touch earphone. The buttons are pretty much the same. It's got volume, your call button, starts play pause. They both do still have the availability of having an aux cord plugged in. I know with the QC 35s the wire does come with it. I don't have my packaging, my case for the QC 45s. I know you can buy it. I don't know if it comes in the package. I don't remember that. I'll put that in the description when I find out. The main significant difference is the inclusion. I'll get these out of the way. You can see that the button's not there. The main significant difference between the QC 35s and 45s is the inclusion of this button here, which is for turning on and off, basically turning on and off the sound canceling. So it's basically called the aware mode. You can turn this on, off. It cancels the sound canceling. Sounds like a double negative, but basically allows you to hear the ambient noise around you, so you are aware of your surroundings. Basically, I've used this specifically in my household when I'm listening to something and my kid comes into my office and wants to ask me a question, or my spouse comes in and asks something. I can quickly turn it on and off. It does still appear like you're being inconsiderate by keeping your headphones on, but you just have to explain, hey, I can hear you, you ask your question. But obviously if you're wanting to pay attention better, take your headphones off. That's pretty much the differences. I mean, sound quality wise, I think phone calls, because the microphones on this headphone are bigger, and there's actually significant more of them, probably better quality. The sound quality from a phone call tends to be better. I don't get a lot of hey, I can't hear you because there's noise in the background. versus the QC35s, where, you know, if you have a screaming kid in the background, or, you know, people talking, then it allows that through for some reason. I would assume somebody like Bose would have been able to fix that sooner. But, you know, that's pretty much the review. The biggest thing, though, that is an awesome feature, and I know it's not too much, but it's basically this, you know, the fact that we have an equalizer now. And that didn't even come right away. I bought these back in January. It was a few months later that they updated the app. They included the option. Obviously, I think most headphones have the availability if you have the right software to be able to adjust things like this. This is a very basic version. Obviously, you can get, you know, for those that are really into audio, you know, there's multiple points. So it's not just bass, mid, and treble. There's multiple frequencies you should be able to play around with. This is very basic. You know, you can do a bass boost, bass reducer, treble boost, treble reducer. I do wish, you know, and you can obviously reset it and then set your what you'd like. It's not what I'll have to play around with these later, but, you know, if you do just reset it, it just goes back to the standard settings, the factory settings for this. Like, it's not really flat, but you put your headphones on, it sounds just like it would out of the box. But you can adjust these individually as you wish. The one thing I do wish that we had was the ability to, you know, for those of us that are not, you know, audio, you know, fanatics, I guess you would call it, that want a specific frequency for each one of these. You know, it would be nice to have something like you do on your radios or other headphones, where you can say, oh, I'm listening to rock, you know, I want it to be optimized for rock or pop, or, you know, talk radio, or, you know, flat, or, you know, just some other options, because, you know, some of these just don't really cut it, and you kind of have to mess around with them anyway. So it'd be nice to have something optimized for whatever you're listening to. But other than that, these are a solid set of headphones. I know there's better ones out there. Now, if you are looking at going from the QC35s to the 45s, you know, I would say there would be a significant jump between the first generation QC35s from circa 2017, so like 5-6 years ago. That would be a significant jump. You know, I probably wouldn't advise if you just bought your QC35s like September of last year, and then you've just come across these and they're like, I wish I got the QC45. It's pretty much like any device you get, you buy it, and then the next iteration comes out and you're like, you know, I like these new features. If the aware feature is something that you're more interested in, if you're in an environment where you have to not have sound canceling as much, the QC35s have, you know, you can actually turn off sound canceling. You don't have the extra feedback from the microphone like you do in the QC45s, but it's pretty close to the same thing. You know, you're gonna have a little bit of muffling on the 35s, but you can hear everything clearer in the 45s. So if that's something that interests you, then yes, I would recommend it. But as far as music, audio quality, there's not much difference other than being able to mess around with the equalizer. That's another feature. If that's something that interests you, you know, make the jump. But you know, the quality of the factory sound is exactly the same. So that's pretty much my take. You know, I wouldn't make a big deal out of getting the next best thing, because you already technically have a pretty good thing. and this only has a couple more features that, you know, you may or may not need, depending on your situation. So that's my take. Leave some comments in the comment section of your opinion of these, or the QC35s, which is better. You know, are you gonna wait? Are you gonna get them? You know, you've obviously waited a year to get to this point, so if you haven't already gotten them, why haven't you? Also, comment on the sound and picture quality of this video. I would like to see some comments on that if you know, if there's something I can do better. So until next time, we'll see you on the next one.